we were taken off right after the game. So it's a good experience. You kind of get the feel of Canada real quickly.
See, I like that. Like the Argos documentary we had on TSN this year. I love that it just showed a little bit of behind the scenes of what you guys do, because it seems like such a fun league to play in.
Yeah, it really is. The first couple years in this league, I really didn't talk to anyone after games, and everyone kind of steered clear of me. But as I'm getting older, I tend to step out a little bit and enjoy the nightlife. Regina's beautiful this time of year.
The Gine. Oh. I'm a huge fan of the Gine.
Now, you've been a BC Lion, you've been a Toronto Argos, so you've seen things from different perspectives, right. and the love for football in BC and the not so much in Toronto. What would change things? What would make this city love the Argos? Is it an outdoor downtown stadium?
I think that would be. I think that would definitely help. I think we're going in the right direction with hiring Milanovic from Montreal, but I think to get fans in that stands, there's two key ingredients. One, you have to win. You have to put the product on the field. That's, the biggest thing. And two is maybe more an intimate stadium setting. You look at the McGill, stadium in Montreal, and when they folded and whatnot, and then they came to McGill, and it's. I think it only seats 22,000, but it feels like it's like 40,000. It's just one of those things where it's one of the closest things to like collegiate atmosphere for Americans down south.
Because I remember when a few years ago they were hoping to build a stadium on Varsity Stadium.
Yeah,
it was going to have the Argos, and York U is going to be there,
right.
UT Blues. To me, that would have been absolutely perfect. Right on the subway line. So when Rob had his Irish coffees after the game, he could hop on the subway.
Or at halftime at this point.
Or at halftime at this point of his career. No, but that would have just been great. Because the problem with the Sky Dome is just the atmosphere is not conducive to having that, like you said, Rob, that collegiate atmosphere. Even if there's only 22,000 people in the McGill Stadium, everyone's drunk and everyone's having a great time. And that's what the CFL's all about. You got to get outside and enjoy the elements a little bit.
Speaking of booze, we got this email from Gord Miller this morning. We both woke up to this email. We didn't wake up together. We live in separate places.
Allegedly.
This is from Gord Miller, voice of the World Juniors. Yesterday at Pearson, a guy came up to me and said, "Hey, Gord, tell Jay and Dan they're doing a great job." As he went to shake my hand, he almost fell into me. "Sorry," he said as he wandered away. "I'm a little drunk." And there's a couple of spaces. It was 1 p.m.
Is that you, Rob?
Could be. I love that.
And then we both essentially responded with the same thing, like, well, for most of our viewers, that's a late start then.
It kind of is, actually.
The other thing with the CFL in Toronto, we do this craft tour. I don't know if you've seen it. We tour across the country in the summer. It's unbelievable. We've done the West the last few years. Whenever we go to a location, whether it be Saskatchewan, Manitoba, or Alberta, all you see is CFL gear. Yeah. That's all you see.
Yeah.
But Ontario stops, you don't see that.
No. Maybe Hamilton.
Yeah, I can see it. And like I said, in 6 years, the Hamilton fans, they buy that type of merchandise. But I think one of the big things that the CFL can do is market their players a little better. Honestly, it's a good draw. This league's great for this country, and if I think the CFL could market their players a little better, that will, especially here in Southern Ontario, it will definitely help.
What about we were talking about Ricky Ray? A deal like that happens. Those of us who grew up cheering for the Eskimos are disgusted that the league fabricated that deal. But at the same time. Is that going to generate excitement? How do you think Ricky Ray's going to do here? Milanovic is a great coach. Is that
I think he'll do well.
Yeah.
It should be interesting because, like I said, the times that if I ended up signing back with the Argos, it should be interesting because I've never truly met Ricky Ray. He's seen me get kicked out of games, and I'm screaming at refs, and then I'll turn and go, "Hey, Rick, how you doing?" And he'll just kind of look at me like, "What the hell is wrong with this guy?" So this should be interesting if I actually end up signing back here. But yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction with Milanovic the coach and a proven surefire Hall of Fame quarterback. Obviously, there's some other components to make him a great quarterback here that need to be addressed. But it's a good start.
I want to ask you about the Colts. We're going to take a break here pretty quick, but I want to ask you about the Colts and the fact they just fired Jim Caldwell, which just the timing was just so bizarre to me. So we'll talk about that after the commercial break.
Whoa.
Oh, what?
Before we go to it, we're going to
Nickelback.
No, the Wild Wing first.
Oh, Buffalo Wild Wing.
$100 gift certificate to Buffalo Wild Wings. We found out that they've got 4 locations.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Ontario, one of them being Oshawa. Rob Murphy was talking about he's a free agent. He mentioned one team he most likely will not be going to as a free agent.
Yes.
If you know the answer to that question, you can call us at 416-870-1050. $100 buys you a lot of wings or beer. 855-591-6876 or pop.
Celery, a lot of
A
celery.
lot of delicious, crisp veggies. Is there a Buffalo Wild Wings on 100 Huntley Street?
What?
Huh?
I think you just blew our minds. So if you know
I'm
the answer
so
to
tired.
that, if you know the answer to that, and is Sylvester Stallone still alive? We have confirmation if he is or isn't next.